Good evening, Bonasera. It is 8:01 p.m. on what's this, Saturday, November 27th. It's been a hot minute since I've streamed, that's for sure. I don't know if I remember how to do all this. I think it's been 2 weeks since my last stream, and that wasn't a technical one. That was, I think, playing Everblue. Finishing Everblue, if memory serves. So that was fun, but it's been a hot minute. I am super, super rusty on what my buttons do, how to stream, how to be engaging, how to talk. I'm trying my best. Hi, Bon. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Anyway, it's been an eventful 2 weeks, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. As a, I guess, refresher on what we're up to here, I had this harebrained idea in my head for building a VTube Studio plugin that tracks your heart rate and makes you able to tint your model in such a way that you appear to be like flushed or, you know, what have you, based on the heart rate. I wish I could make this more readable. I wish I could like, I think this is pretty good though. So yeah. So we're gonna be working on that today, but most excitingly of all, I finally got a working heart rate monitor in the mail on Friday? Yesterday? I think it was yesterday. So that means I can actually start doing the Bluetooth aspect of this, which is going to be, by and large, the hardest part. I am currently connected to said heart rate monitor, which is also exciting. And I'm gonna try and get this to actually hook up. So last time when we were here, what we did was we had some values you could enter. You could do like 255, 0, 0, 0. I think it was like head would be like what I did. And then if I go into my plugin here and I jack up my heart rate, you can see it makes my face, wait, sorry, not alpha 0, alpha 255. That's what I want. Okay. We good? There we go. Makes my face like super red. And that's kind of what we want. I think it was like head, comma, mouth? Something like that. Oh, that's just everything now. Interesting. Oh, right. No spaces. No spaces. I think. I think that's what it was. Now it's like everything except. Interesting. Kind of an interesting look right here. But anyway, yeah. The idea was that we'd fill in colors. You've got a slider that is representative of your actual heart rate, and as you get higher and higher to a threshold, it would make your model tint, or the parts of your model that you want to color tint in a certain way. In this sense, we emulate having your face get flushed, or what have you. Maybe you want to go the other direction, and as your heart rate gets slower and slower, you like turn blue. I don't know. It would be configurable like that. But I got this heart rate monitor that I've got strapped to a real human heart right now. Not mine, some guy's. I found it. And it actually works. It's actually, like, open enough that I can connect it to my PC. Concerning. I mean, you make do with what you have. It might have been mine. I don't think it's mine. But it's strapped to a real human heart right now that is currently beating at approximately 73 BPM, last I checked. Anyway, this noise at the bottom here, this nonsense, this is Bluetooth information. And I'm going to teach you guys the miracle of Bluetooth and how that works today. First, let's get this out of the way. Oh God! Wait, hold on. What is this? This is 255, 255, 255. Please. Matchers. Everything, please. Oh God, I'm stuck like this forever. Should clear when I do that. Okay. So Bluetooth is a very powerful and like managed set of guidelines, right? It's a thing that lets any two devices that follow the standard talk to each other locally in some kind of absolute miracle. The fact that it works is more miraculous, I think, than the internet working, because the standards for it are maintained by an even smaller group, and to me, they make even less sense. Let's take a peek, shall we? So I alluded to this thing where's my hotkeys here? Show. Boom. I alluded to this thing called the GAT in my tweet thumbnail for this, which stands for generalized or generic. Here we go. Generic attribute profile. GATT for attribute. And this is the way that Bluetooth broadcasts information in a completely open-ended way that any device could interpret any other device's information. It's kind of wild, but it miraculously works. I'm going to keep saying miraculously because I've been reading about this for the past 2 days, and I only barely understand it enough that I think I can make a plugin work, but I don't know that I can make it work reliably. So the first thing that every Bluetooth device has is it broadcasts a UUID. This is a 128-bit, which is 16 bytes, number that is very likely to be globally unique. Because you have so many numbers in a specific order, the probability that you have repeats is very, very slim. So that's all well and good. Each device has its own UUID, so you know what device it is, globally or whatever. But then, once you connect to a device, I'm trying to see where this is here. Here we go. There's, when you connect to the device, there's this thing called service characteristic discovery. Service and characteristic discovery. And so you've got your, where did I put that diagram? That would be useful to show here. Here we go. Oh god, it's really, really big. So you've got your GAT server, which is the Bluetooth device. And it has a couple services. Service 1, Service 2. And that would be things like, say, Service 1 is your battery state of the device. Service 2 is a heart rate service. Something like that. And then within the service, there are characteristics, which are the actual pieces of data you get. So if you're familiar with JSON, it's similar to that, but imagine even less human readable and structured. Or no, I shouldn't say less structured. It's structured similarly, but it's more flat, I guess. Everything is like one-to-one-to-one. You've got one server that has a couple services that have a couple characteristics, but they're not complex. It's all just nested stuff like this. So how do we ever know what we're looking for? Because the data that comes out of here isn't a nice little string or human-readable JSON blob. It's bytes, right? We were talking about how the UUID is 128 bytes. If we look at stuff here, we can see what the bits correspond to for different aspects of the service. And the answer is on the next page, I think. It's on the next page. It's on the next page. Here we go. Let me blow this up. So actually, I should jump back. So you have assigned numbers. And the numbers that we're looking at today, this is from Bluetooth.com, the people who manage the Bluetooth spec. You can read about 16-bit UUIDs, which is what we're dealing with today. That's the condensed form of the 128-bit. Because most of the 128 bits aren't needed yet. So this is the list of specifications. I'm looking for heart rate stuff, which is why I've got it searched here. And then I finally get into the weeds for the 16-bit characteristic names. So here's the big table. I'm going to see if I can make this more readable. Here's the big table of every number that Bluetooth cares about. I'm on page 11 of this document currently, because that's where I needed to go. But just to take like a quick peek, you would find that your device has this bit flag in it if it belongs to, say, Recursive Soft. I don't know who they are. If it's Amazon, you get this one. And so you can tell what the device originated from based on part of its UUID. A specific allocation of bytes in the UUID indicates where the Bluetooth device came from. Which is, I guess, cool. I don't know. And then when we get down to it, there's also allocation types for the characteristic and object types, right? So every part of the the service then has a UUID. When we get down to it, there's the server, the device, has the UUID, and the service inside of it has the UUID. And so we get down to here. Let me keep flipping through heart, because eventually we'll get to somewhere in here. Heart rate. Okay, so this is a service UUID. and it is type or flag 180D because these are in hex. And so that means when I connect to my device, I need to look for a surface that has this in its UUID, and I'll know that that is likely the heart rate surface. And I just have to trust that it's not lying to me. I don't really understand how these are UUIDs if bytes or segments of the bytes are allocated in this way, because I would think that you would hit collisions rather frequently once you have a known sequence in it regularly and out of requirement, but it seems to work. So if I flip back to Unity here, I've been messing with this for a couple days because I wanted to make sure that the stream would not be a tremendous blow up, and I need to be sure that I could actually connect Bluetooth to my PC, which I can. So I have a very simple script set up right now. When I hit play, it'll take a couple minutes to scan for devices, which will output here in a moment. I don't have much to say while it kills time. It takes a good couple minutes, not minutes, a couple seconds to scan. And when it does, I'll pause and I'll explain what we're looking at here. Assuming it finds stuff. It could also just blow up horrendously. We'll see. Okay. So I've paused. I don't know how super readable this is, but what this is telling me is I've got 4 devices on my current Bluetooth network. The first one, my H6M with its model number, that is my heart rate monitor, 6M. It is for the Cuspo brand, which I've found to be very forgiving. It has no buttons and no LEDs. It uses your skin, or somebody's skin, as an electrode to conduct the current through, and it's just always on, always broadcasting in short range. Very good. It's not locked down to a specific app or anything like that. And it was also like 20 bucks, 20 USD, which is, I think, a very fair price. So that's the first one. The second one is this other activity tracker that I bought at Micro Center because it was on sale, thinking that it would solve the problem for me. This one is not readable by PC, even though you can connect to it. It does seem to be locked down and require some kind of app. And then I don't know what the other two are. They don't report their own names, but they all have these long MAC address type things. So 4 devices, pretty cool. I'm gonna unpause. Oh, what happened? It doesn't seem to like that I unpaused. I'm not sure why. Anyway, we're starting a service scan now. Here's what it says. So it should pop out a list of services for the first device in that list, is what I've told it to do so far. Assuming this actually ends up working. It might have bugged out because I paused, which would be concerning, but something we can work around. When running this through demos, it took a couple seconds to find what it was looking for. It might have wigged out because I paused, though. I don't know why that would cause it to wig out, but it's possible. I'm gonna guess it has a problem, because I paused. Let's try again. We can start from the top. Yeah, so it'll find its devices, and then I will pause when we get to the services. But basically, my plan is to have it present you with a list of your attached devices. You select one, it will then scan for services, and knowing what we know about how the UUIDs work, I can automatically have it filter for ones that have the heart rate service, and then from there, to get the specific actual heart rate information, that's the characteristic. I believe I know what number or UUID I need to look for in the characteristic. Okay, so here are my devices, and then it's automatically starting a service scan on the first one because I didn't feel like setting up the menu yet. And it's getting nothing? Is that correct? I'm not sure. It's not telling me it finished the service scan, but it shouldn't be printing nothing. Concerning. It's also possible I may need to reattach my heart rate monitor, because it may have come undone at some point, which may give it, I don't know, problems, troubles. I had literally been testing this for like an hour and a half before the stream to make sure that I could actually get this to connect, and it wouldn't just be, oh, I told you guys I'd be doing Bluetooth stuff. Well, that's a no can do. We should be fine, though. Let's see what the code is trying to do. Do I ever tell it to stop? Oh no, I never tell it that have it print out that it is done. Okay, I'm gonna tell it to print out that it's done. Oh, and I should also make I always forget this step because it's, you know, challenging or whatever. What size do I usually do? 22, I think? There we go, nice and readable. Let me have this log that it's done. Finished service scan. Boom. And then so the next step would be having it find its characteristics, which I will get to once we get through this hurdle. I'm not sure why it's having such difficulty finding services. I hope this isn't a persistent issue. But yeah, as you can see, it's a miracle that Bluetooth ever works at all, or works nearly as reliably as it does, because it's just kinda wild. It's very fragile, I feel like, in terms of the architecture. You're very dependent on things self-reporting in the correct way. And you're dependent on developers of hardware reporting their shit and programming it right. Because if you program it wrong, it's essentially lying to everything else in the network. Okay. So it does say it's finishing this, finishing the service scan, and I guess it doesn't have any services? Is that correct? Just a blank? That's a problem. I'm gonna try reconnecting the monitor to my PC, and I'm gonna see what happens. This is how we get streaming to be a blow-up. Add Bluetooth or other device. Bluetooth. By the way, since you're in the chat, Millennium Cyborg, shout out to you for teaching me that this heart rate monitor is actually useful, and teaching me how to get it to work, because I did not understand the way you were supposed to turn it on, since it does not have any buttons, or anything of the sort. Okay, hold on, it's telling me that there's a device issue. I will be right back. I have to go apply water to this thing. That's right, I said I have to apply water to this thing, because the way it works is it, as I mentioned, uses the human body as a connection for finishing the, circuit between the battery, left and right sides. And so you use your body with a little bit of water between two electrodes, and your skin, and it arcs through you and it monitors your heart rate some way. So I think I've had it on my person for too long, and it dried out. And so it was no longer reporting a heart rate or anything of the sort. Let's try again. I'm praying here. Because if this suddenly stops reporting services, I don't know what I'm going to do. Please. Show me the services. Show me the devices. Okay, cool. It's there. It's the first device. We're doing a service scan, and no services. I don't understand. I truly don't understand, actually. This is how the Matrix started. You're not wrong. Gang, it seems like streaming might be some kind of blow-up today. Huh. Now, the question is it not reporting any services because of bad code, or is it not reporting any services because of other reasons? And I guess we'll find out. Before I get too involved in the weeds of Bluetooth code, though, let me go back to my web browser. I would like to give a shout-out to GitHub user Adabru here, who made a Bluetooth library for C#. You would think that this is a thing that's just standard in C#, but it's really not. The only Bluetooth library that's supported on Windows for standalone applications is part of the Universal Windows platform in .NET Core 5, and Unity uses .NET 4, not Core. So they're actually incompatible unless you build a wrapper like this guy did. So I'm using this, which has a very janky demo, but the code library itself seems to work. If I were not using this, I would have to figure out my own solution, and I don't think I have the wherewithal to do that. You would think that this is just a very standard thing, but it doesn't seem to be. Okay. So with that out of the way, let's get back to the VS Code. What are we telling this to do? Alright. So the way I've got this set up is, unfortunately, it's just doing a lot of polling in the update loop. I would like these to be their own, like, I guess threads that, or tasks that get spun up and complete without having to manage state with the class. Because I don't like having all of these class members that are like, is it scanning for this? Is it scanning for that? Yeah, and I don't like that because it's like giving me a ton of member variables to keep track of, which I don't think I need to. These should each be single-threaded tasks, basically. But what I'm telling it to do is, I've got some delegates that you add callbacks to for when each of these steps completes. For example, when the device scan is complete, I tell it to print out all of the device scans, or the device names in the list of devices, and then I tell it to immediately start a service scan for the first item in the device, in the list of devices, sorry. And then I say when the service scan is complete, we print out the names for each of the service UUIDs in the list, print it out, and we print it out to our debug text, which is all I'm telling it to do. And then we've got our toggle for device scan, and we've got our stop for it, and what else have we got? Our service scan, if it's not currently scanning, clear. We are scanning now. We tell the API, the Bluetooth API, to start scanning, and we say that we're going to start scanning. That's pretty much it. So how could I have made this a blow up? The demo that this guy had, because I'm just guessing here based on his API, is you do this poll service every frame or whatever. You spit out the response here, and if the status that this returns is available, you add whatever the response is to the list of services. And that's really all I got. So let's try, let's print out debug.log JSON utility.toJSON res. What are we actually getting as a response here, if anything? I do wish it could connect to things faster, though, because it is kind of excruciating to have y'all wait. But it is what it is. So it's saying it's connected to VTube Studio is what this means. I wonder if I can make this bigger. Like, the text bigger. It's currently scanning for devices as well. It should complete that in some kind of short order. And then I should get, like, a huge stack of console nonsense. Alright, yeah, I found its devices. Okay, and then every frame it's just getting no UUIDs. Nothing. And then it thinks it's done. Huh. That's really peculiar. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna pop this over to the... Actually, can I even do that? This might be a blow up. Let's see. Properties. I have 2 instances of Unity open right now. There we go. Okay, that wasn't a blow up at all. So this is the demo that the guy who made the library has. And I'm going to try and use this to see if it's an issue with my code or if it's an issue with the device. This has a bunch of issues where it's pulling too frequently. So when I hit scan devices, I think I'll get like a ton of duplicates of the same device. And it also just seems to be prone to thread lock, the way that they've got it set up here. So I'm trying to basically rewrite this demo because I want to achieve a lot of these characteristics, or features, in a little bit of a safer way, or more streamlined way. This demo is also supposed to be for accommodating any of the GATs, any of the possible things that you could ask for, and I don't need all of that open-ended flexibility. I need specifically heart rate. Okay, that's bad. Scan devices came back with nothing. Why? Why is streaming suddenly a blow-up now, out of all the times it could be a blow-up? How could it not have any devices? How could it not have any devices? I am at a loss now. That's very bad. Let's try again, I guess. Another thing is, like, this prints out OK messages as errors, which is confusing. Okay, there we go. That's me. I'm going to wait for it to finish scanning, because it needs to take a little bit more time. So this is my heart rate monitor device again. Bluetooth is a huge blow-up. Yeah, I mean, like, I can't stress enough that now that I know how these things interact with each other, it's beyond miraculous that any of it works. Okay, so we click on that, we hit scan services. Please give me a list of services and confirm that my device works. No. Failed retrieving services. Please try again. No, don't do this. Not like this. I can confirm earlier in the day, I was able to get a list here and included the one that we were talking about earlier, the 180D, which is the heart rate service, and I can confirm that that was on the list. But it's not on the list now. Bluetooth really does suck. What can I do to try and debug this? I already connected it and disconnected it from my PC. It's paired currently. I'm gonna disconnect it from my torso here, and I'm gonna reconnect it, basically reboot this thing. And we're gonna see what happens. I don't know if you got any good clicking ASMR there, but it's got little snaps. Oh wait, hold on, I didn't snap it right. There we go. Please show up. Please be paired. In my device manager, it shows up as a paired device. And I can even see the heart rate. Or not the heart rate. To not be paired in Windows for it to show up. I can try that. I can definitely try that. Remove device. I thought it had to be paired in Windows. Or rather, I haven't observed that it's an issue if it's paired in Windows, but we can try. Like, when it was showing up before as a device, I wasn't having an issue while it was paired in Windows. But you could be right. This shit just seems to sometimes work and sometimes not. This doesn't seem promising, though. We don't like that. Indeed. I might go try and apply more water to this. I do well with applying water. See if that helps in any way. If I can't figure this out, I can always go back to working on the UI and other aspects of this and continue to blow this off, or just not do this on stream if it's going to be shy. Okay, hold on. How else can I test this? There's a website I was using. Where was it? Okay. There's this website here. Which is heart-bt.web.app. And this uses the Mozilla Bluetooth library, which is only supported in like 4 browsers in specific versions. And this also tries to connect to devices. But it's saying it's not finding any compatible devices. So I think I do need to definitely pair it with Windows. How does any of this shit work? Something else that I want to try and do, but it's not super accessible at the moment, is a lot of people use this app Pulsoid to get the actual heart rate number on their stream. Because like a lot of people use a heart rate monitor, right? It's not actually this hard. It's just hard to do your own development for it. So Pulsoid has this figured out. You can connect your heart rate monitor to your phone, your Android or iOS device. Oh, there we go. Pair. Now, does this work? Anyway, you can pair that to your phone much more easily for some reason. I guess because phones innately have the Bluetooth transponder in them. And then from there you can get do web calls from your account and get your heart rate number. So they have an API, but it's not open. You have to apply for a developer rule, and so I haven't done that yet because I don't know if that's the right thing to do. But I might offer the option where you can get your heart rate number fed in from your Pulsoid account if that's the thing that they will let me do. This claims to have paired, but I don't think it actually did. So it can see the device, but it's just not getting any services out of it, which stresses me out a bit. Because once we get the service found and we choose the characteristic we want, then there's the fun of decoding the response, which is not just a number. It's another string of bits where each individual bit means something depending on where it is. And that's going to be a whole other can of worms to figure out which bits are the actual heart rate number. Alright, I'm going to go apply more water to this. I'm going to guess that the connection's not strong enough to my skin right now. I'll be right back. Alright. I have put more water on this device. Will it like that? Will it adhere, form a better circuit? Anything. Anything at all, please. I guess let's go back to Unity for now. When I got it to work, it was with no pairing in Windows, using Chrome, and worked on my laptop and not my desktop. Isn't that great? Isn't that just amazing? And yet, this is a standard we use for a lot of things. Pairs fine with my phone, though. Yeah, so that's why I'm considering having an option, if I can, for Pulsoid, where you connect it through Pulsoid to your phone, Pulsoid app or whatever, and then you somehow get it to your app here. That's maybe a better way to go about it. I was really looking forward to trying to get this to work on my own, though, innately. In-app. But it might just not be fated to be. It might just not be possible. Yeah, now it's not even finding devices. Awesome! I don't know why it's not finding devices now. Because it should at least find other devices, even if they're not this device. Like we were seeing before, I had like the Wise, which is the useless activity tracker, on here. So like that should be in here, but it's not. I have no idea. I am at a complete loss. This sucks because I was really excited about this as well. I had a whole big plan about how I was going to talk about Bluetooth and how it works, and in this case doesn't work, and get it all set up. But maybe that is something I just have to do off stream, because if I try and do it on stream, it simply will never be fated to be. Can you only have one thing paired to the Bluetooth at a time? Is that how this works? I actually thought you could listen to as many Bluetooth devices as you wanted, or have as many things listen to the Bluetooth devices you wanted. No, I was just thinking about that. That's fair. I think one of the novel things about Bluetooth is it's very open-ended with how many things can subscribe to it, but I'm not sure. I think it pretty much just broadcasts to anyone who's listening, and, you know, that's that. I don't know, though. I am currently in my Windows Manager trying to get it to connect, to pair, and it says try connecting your device again. I have no clue. I might pivot to do some other aspect of this app development then. Anyway, seems to be going nowhere. I am going to show you what this is supposed to look like, though. Because I can confirm that I had this working earlier today when I wanted to avoid specifically this happening. Let me see. Pictures. Here we go. So here's this demo thing. And you can see that it found my heart rate monitor like a million times, because this demo is weird. I think it has some kind of weird concurrency issue. And we scanned for services, and I was like, oh, sick, nice. Here's the service that leads its Uuid with 180D, which we saw in the table paper thing, that this indicates that this is a heart rate service. Awesome. Scan for characteristics, and I found one that leads with 2A37, which somewhere, I forget where exactly, I think it's later in that table for the characteristic UUIDs, we learn means the actual heart rate value. And then finally, when we subscribe to that, we get this stream of bits, or bytes, that one of these correlates to a heart rate. I think it's the second one in this set. I think 16 indicates that it's base 16, and then we have 4F, which I think roughly correlates to like 78 or something like that, 79. Which I think is probably a heart rate. It's definitely not CA or O2 or something like that. Hey Fuba, hello. Thanks for stopping by. This stream is a huge disaster already because the piece of hardware that I'm trying to use is not cooperating right now. So, oh. Streaming's a blow up. Hello. Hi. It is 8:40 p.m. I've been streaming for about 40 minutes. OBS just told me it disconnected from Twitch and has now reconnected. So I don't know how much all got cut out. Streaming is a blow-up. Today is not my day, but that's okay. Gotta get back up on the horse eventually. It's been about 2 weeks since I last did a stream, so I'm happy to be doing this again, even if everything is going wrong. Gotta get iron out the kinks right now. Anyway, yeah, so this screenshot is when I got this working earlier today. What I was trying to emulate, where it finds what it's looking for. We can even connect to the characteristic and we get our heart rate. And then we need to decode this into a number that we care about. But that doesn't seem to be panning out today. It's suddenly decided that it no longer wants to do anything. Let's close that. And now it's not even finding my device in the Windows manager, which is, not a good sign. Amazing. Cut out for like 30 seconds. Awesome. I thought my internet was going to go out. Okay, there's my heart rate monitor. It found it again. Another problem I've just been having in general with this device, I think the module is fine, but the strap it came with is so large that even at its maximum constriction, it slides off of my torso because I'm extremely small as a human being. So I'm always worried that because it uses your flesh as a way to complete the circuit, if it pops off your body, it stops working. So I'm constantly worried that it's just disconnecting from me or it doesn't have a strong enough signal. Alright, I have connected it to Windows again. I'm just going to keep trying this. I got no better ideas. I don't really feel like doing UI work today. So if this doesn't work, I might just have a super brief stream and go sulk or something. I was like really in the headspace for doing whatever the fuck this is. Okay, cool. There's our device. When you're done, okay, it's gonna find it a bunch of times, like we saw in the screenshot. This might be promising. I don't know. I don't know why it listed so many times. I think it's just a fault of the demo. All right, so we select that. Scan for services. Please give me some services. I would like nothing more than a list of services. Let's try the second one. Maybe the second I'm in the list is the real item here. Doesn't matter at all. We'll find out. No, okay. But why? But why? Yeah, it says it failed retrieving services. I don't know. Ah, that's really frustrating. Alright, let's bring this back to the other Unity instance I have. My own instance here. Do we have any better luck with whatever's going on here? I'm gonna guess probably not. When this tries to find devices, can it find my device? Is it possible at all? Okay, so it sees my device, again. This is good. I don't know why this list is different from the one in the other demo. Okay, and then it just finds no services. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what the deal here is. I don't know why it's finding no services. I'm stumped. That's really frustrating. So yeah, I guess what can I do here? I can pivot to trying to do some kind of design work for this, though I wasn't really in the headspace for wanting to do that. I can try and talk more about actually how Bluetooth works, if anybody's interested. I can go back to the tables and things like that and talk about that, but I think I've kind of beat that topic to death. It's all just very specific orders of bits, and they're managed by the Central Bluetooth Authority, and you have to follow this, guidelines so people know what they're finding when they look at your service. Are the values bit packed? Like The output value? Yes. So let me pull up the... Where did I put it? I think it was this. So, like, again, going back to this, we get our output value for this heart rate service, the actual heart rate, is a string of bytes that reads 164FCA02C402. And I don't know what most of this means, but I'm reasonably sure that the first one indicates if this is a 16 or 8-bit string, and then I believe the second one is the actual value, because all the other ones here don't make any sense for our heart rate. But 4F correlates to, I think, like, would be what? 16 times 4 plus 15, which is, 64 plus... That would be like 79, I think? Something like that. So that's a feasible heart rate that I could have had at that moment when I took the screenshot. Momentarily, I feel like my heart to flutter as I saw this godforsaken piece of technology work for once. The rest of this is complete nonsense. CA is like impossibly high. That'd be like 16 times 13, 12 or something like that, which is like a rodent heart rate. So I think it's the second byte is the one that I would be listening for. And then like on the this guy, move you. On the list of specifications again, we look for what is it? It's 2A37. There we go. That's listed as the where can I put this? Which is the characteristic type here. Try not to hide chat too much, but we see our 2A37, our characteristic UUID, and in the giant PDF document indicating what goes where, that's the GAT characteristic and object type for heart rate measurement. So like, cool, awesome. That's all I need to do. If only it would show up. If only it would show up right now, but it's not. So I'm so out of luck here. Yeah. I had all the pieces I needed. As you can see, I tested it that it would work earlier. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I guess I can work on the normal plugin aspect of this rather than the Bluetooth aspect of this. And maybe once while I boot this thing up, because I do have it just set to find its services every time it runs. I don't have a button for it. Maybe one time it'll just magically work when I'm not expecting it to, and we can resume doing that. That sounds like fun. Okay, so as we saw on the plugin side of things here, we've got RGBs that we feed in, and we've got a list of matchers. I think I can do like jaw head, right? And we said like 255, 0, 0, 255. And then we've got our plugin manager here. Oh, I'm being rated. Awesome. Hey, Pupa. I think you were playing Hollow Knight. Is that right? I don't have a shout-out bot. But thank you for stopping by. You're just in the middle of me trying to design an application that's refusing to work. Thank you for joining the Skeleton Crew. Prince 88 Madrid. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining the Skeleton Crew. As they say, if it does not read rest in peace on your tombstone, you get drafted into the Skeleton War. Your conscription, therefore, or your voluntary draft, will save a poor soul from hell. No Kun Live, thank you all the same. Thank you for joining the Skeleton War. Hello, hello. Pupa, what were you up to? Please tell me, because right now things are not going well for me. I am having a disaster trying to program here on stream. So hopefully things went better for you. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That works. Oh, like that. I don't remember what my... Is it teeth? Probably teeth. I don't remember. Interesting. We were playing... Oh, Mega Man! Oh, right. Not Hollow Knight. I don't know why I thought it was Hollow Knight. That's good. That's... I feel like a game very fitting of you. People got you modding for almost 4 hours. Jeez. Imagine having to to mod for your friends. That's Bon right now, except I've only been at it for 50 some odd minutes. So to, I guess, inform everybody of who I am, what I'm trying to do right now, and why it's a blow up. Hello, I'm Skeletom. I am an undead, techie type VTuber. Right now, I am trying to build a VTube Studio plugin in Unity here, with the goal of having it connect to a heart rate monitor. And the idea would be that based on your heart rate, you'd be able to have it make your character's face get like more or less flushed, like what you can see is happening on mine right now. You assign a color, like in this case it's pure red, and you tell it what parts you want to affect. And then the part I was trying to get to today was having it actually connect to the heart rate monitor, but that is not going smoothly. And yeah, so basically, like, as you get more and more higher and higher heart rate, you would become more and more flushed. You could do like whatever color you wanted. I'm just using red because it makes sense, but if you were, say, really nauseous after your workout, you could do green or whatever. Why is that not going? There we go, green. Anyway, I'm trying to build a VTube Studio plugin that lets you have this automatically scale with a heart rate, and it's not working. I'm using a Bluetooth heart rate monitor, and it is just not cooperating. Is there a good place in the stack where you could record the Bluetooth data while it's working, e.g. to a JSON file, and then replay it for testing later? I mean, like, the issue isn't that I need the Bluetooth data. Oh, I see what you mean, I see what you mean. I mean, I can't get it to work at all right now, right? It's not finding any services when it finds my device, so I don't currently have a good piece of data I can feed it later, if that's what you mean. And giving VTubers the ability to blush in real time is dangerous technology, Tom. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's probably why God is telling me to stop right now. I'm feeling a little bit more green, or maybe blue. Let's give myself 128 blue. Something like that. I feel like this right now. Just terrified. I also don't know what I named the, or I guess what Bond named the bone in my jaw. Because it's clearly not jaw. Jaws? I thought it was mouth. Oh, wait, no, that's just everything. Mouth bone. I tried mouth, and it didn't go. Wait, how is this now? Everything except. That's weird. I mean, there's a way to find out. I used a tool last time to find what it was called. I just don't remember what it was. Anyway, so for the folks who stopped by for the first time today, which is a fair number of you, thank you. I do genuinely appreciate it. I do programming type streams like this every Saturday at 8 p.m. EST. And then I do a video game on Sundays at also 8 p.m. EST, 8 or 8:30, thereabouts. I've got something new planned for the format for the video game streams coming up in December, so I guess that'd be starting next week. I've got a big plans. I would refer to it, I guess, as a multimedia type experience. I've got some interstitial bits while we play the video game for other things to do to keep it interesting, keep it lively. I will be playing the video game Everblue 2 tomorrow. I'm going to wrap it up. I beat it last time I played, which was 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to be doing the post-game content, finish all those quests. And then in December, I will be doing something brand new. I guess as the hint, it will involve cooking. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope it works. I hope it's less of a blow-up than this. But I'm going to try for something kind of new. That should be well time-boxed, and it'll be about 2 hours every Sunday. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, and then as I was also saying, it's been like 2 weeks since I've streamed because I've been very, very busy. I spent the last month and 1 week working on a fan game for Kason, because she hit her 1 million subscribers like a week after debuting, and we were trying to scramble to get a project together for her in time, and so I was the sole programmer on the fan game for that. I decided to take it all upon myself to make it happen, and we finally finished it, and we shipped it, And that was miraculously the day that she received her gold play button in the mail from YouTube. So the stars aligned. We were late, but not too late. And that's what I've been up to, and it's what prevented me from streaming for the past 2 weeks, because every time I was like, oh, I should stream, I was like, no, it's irresponsible. There are people counting on me. I told them I would get this thing done, and I'm already behind, so I can't do it. And now I'm here. That's behind me. It released. She said it was cool. So now I'm here. Now I'm here smashing my head against the Unity editor and Bluetooth and everything that is holy in the world, and technology just not working. That's where it's brought me. Perhaps it was better when I had a project with deadlines. At least I was trapped under its crushing weight back then. What's like having your Oshi acknowledge your work? All she said was that it was hard, and then she said it was hard because she's bad at video games, which I thought was very funny, but I regret not making it easier. I don't know. Multiple people in the development process were like, hey, Tom, don't forget to make this really easy. Oh my god, another raid. You guys picked a great day for it. Hello. Hi, Nana. What were you playing? You gotta tell me all about your stream now. This is just a Zatsudan stream. Forget the programming. We're not doing that anymore. Oh my god. This is like a joke. You guys are playing a joke on me, right? Hello. Hi. This is great. Night and Can. I don't think I know you. I think I've ever seen that name before. Is this Nokun again? Is this the same guy? Yeah, oh yes, okay. I see. Cool. Thank you all for stopping by. I'm trying to make this work. Bluetooth is a very, very fickle, I guess, API. ERBS for 8 hours. I don't know what ERBS is. Eternal Return. No, I don't know what ERBS is. You're gonna have to tell me. Oh, it is Eternal Return. What's the BS stand for? Bullshit? I don't know anything about that game. Black Survival. I see. Yeah, BS on there. Yeah, so... I'm trying to get this to plug into work. The actual plugin part of this works fine. I guess I could pivot to doing UI work here, where I make this look good and have it save its values and things like that. I had my heart set on, pun intended, I guess, making the Bluetooth aspect of this connect today, and I just can't seem to get it to go. It'll find the device. So, like, the problem I'm having is, in a couple seconds here, when it finally finishes connecting, it'll list all of the... Oh, okay, get out of here. Get out of here, Nani. You don't want to hear my lecture. Yeah, so it'll find all of these devices. These are all my Bluetooth devices. Let me see if I can make this any bigger or more readable. It seems like maybe I cannot. Yeah, okay. So these 3 listings here are my 3 Bluetooth devices. The H6M is the heart rate monitor that is currently strapped to my real torso with somebody else's heart inside my chest right now, beating away. Should be finding a heart rate. And then when I tell it to find the service... Thank you for joining the Skeleton crew. Yeah, so then when I tell it to find the service that's reporting the actual heart rate value, it just comes up empty. As you can see, the text filter disappears. There's nothing. And I don't know why that is. As I was going on and on earlier, I tried this earlier with a different demo. I was able to find the service, able to find the characteristic, able to get the value. It all worked. I was so sure of myself. I don't think it needs a strong enough heartbeat to actually... I don't know. Hold on. I don't think the heart speed actually has anything to do with it connecting. I don't know. This thing is such a disaster. But I do appreciate everybody stopping by for the raid. It's really genuinely very sweet. And everybody who has followed. Most streams are not this much of a blow up, but it's always fun when they are, right? You get to watch me struggle in real time. I think this calls for the rarely used angry emote, because that's how I feel right now. I am just completely utterly at a loss. Okay. Well, I guess it's fine. I'm gonna, I guess, try and work on getting this to save the data for the input fields that we've got here, and then I guess call it there, and I'll double back on this Bluetooth thing some other time off stream. because I don't have anything more engaging to do. So, let me hide this giant image that's blocking the screen. Right now, I've got it so you can pop in your RGB values, and then tell what art meshes you want to match your model to, and then every time you open the app, you need to re-put them in again, which is no way for an app to work. So let's get this to save. What am I looking for here? Hard plugin. We're gonna pop open my web dev. Show VS Code. My code editor, and let's get cracking. Okay. So we need this thing to load up its color and the list of matchers every time it boots up. So we need to save on app close, and we need to, load on app start. So we're gonna need system dot IO in out. Don't give me that. What do you mean not? IO. Yeah. Did I type I0? Am I like a clown? Do I need a clown nose as well? Maybe. Okay. So... okay, so this is actually pretty straightforward. So we currently save this internally as a color, which can be serialized, fortunately, in a pretty straightforward manner, and our matchers are just a list of strings which can also be serialized in a straightforward manner. So we're going to make a new class here, public class save data. We're going to make sure that this can be serialized. And this is going to have public color 32 color public string matchers. Super late here. I'm gonna head off. May the ghost of Harold. Wait, is Bluetooth actually named after a guy? I had no idea why it was called that. I thought it just sounded cool. There's a dude whose last name is Bluetooth. Is he a pirate? That's awesome. I'm actually really interested in Harold Bluetooth now. I thought it was just a cool sounding name. Shit. Well, maybe his ghost will show up. Maybe his ghost will subscribe to my channel and tell me what I'm doing wrong. That would be nice. Okay. So what we want to do is every time we set the color in any of these, we want to save. So I'm going to make a method here. Private void, and we're gonna have private void load. Save and load. A Viking. Okay, I was close. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course. You don't get a name like Bluetooth, Bluebeard, whatever, unless you're a pirate of some sort, Scandinavian or otherwise. All right. So, okay, this is stuff I can work with though. The save and load. Okay, so for saving, we're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna say files dot exists. Oh, and we also need a save path. So that's gonna be a member variable up here. Private string save path. Starts as just blank. Who's that? Calvega joins the skeleton crew. Calvega, thank you for your voluntary servitude into the skeleton army here. You are saving some poor chump who didn't get the rest in peace on their tombstone from having to be drafted into the skeleton war. Thank you. Been looking for C# programmers all night. Oh jeez, that's rough. I wish there was a tag. There's a JavaScript tag, actually, on Twitch, as well as like a web dev one, which is what I usually do, because oftentimes I'm working on a Discord app, but today I'm doing C#. What brings you too much? Well, yeah, there's a tag for it. There's not a tag for C#. You just keep rolling the dice in the programming one until you found me. time I think I see C#, it's Java. This is guaranteed C#. I'm writing a Unity app right now. Kind of shitty Unity app, but it is what it is. Well, thank you for stopping by. I do programming streams every Saturday at 8 currently until daylight savings time ends again, and then it'll be back to 9. Thank you for stopping by. I am Skeletom. I am a techie type VTuber. You can find my GitHub in the scrolling link across the bottom of the screen, as well as in my bio. I've got quite a few open source things going on right now, including this project that I'm working on right now, which is a VTube Studio plugin for VTubers to use to make themselves get blushed in real time. What are you up to, Calvega, though? I want to hear about your life story. It's enough about me, my life and death story. What brings you to twitch.tv desperately searching for a C# port in the storm? Tell me all about it. I want to know what you've seen out there. File exists. Save. Save path. Actually, I don't think I care if the file exists for saving. Oh, to learn C#, self-teaching. School is too expensive, and people say boot camps are not worth it. I'm inclined to agree, but I also did go to school that taught me programming, so I don't know if I can really say that or not. Want to work from home and avoid all this COVID stuff. Amen, brother. I feel that. Well, I don't know how much I will be able to teach you, because I'm doing a very, very specific thing in a very specific language. Or, framework. I'm doing this in Unity, which is like the, I think, premier C# engine, but you missed the whole first half of the stream where I was trying to connect to a Bluetooth device, and that's a whole different can of worms, and that was not working well. But I did explain how Bluetooth works and what the protocol for that is, which is, yeah, whole another can of worms. Wasn't working. I'm over it for now. I'm gonna try and get this to work. So for saving, we're gonna do file.write. Write all bytes. Write all text. And then we're going to do public override string. String is lowercase because this is not Java. String. And this is going to return JSON utility to JSON. So we've got our toString method for this, and I think we just need to do, we're going to do save is save data equals new save data. I could add a constructor for this, but honestly I don't give a shit. This might be an anti-pattern. People like to have, everybody in Java loves to have getters and setter methods for every property. I think that's hogwash for structs. So I'm just going to do data.color equals this.color and data.matchers matchers just want to learn C#. Why specifically C#, dare I ask? Java is extremely widely used as much of a boring language and kind of a creaky old language as it is. This is, what does it take? Path and then contents. Yeah, so this save path. There we go. And then the part where I care about is the file exists is when we load. That's what I care about. So file exists for the save path. This.save path. Then we're going to do file.read all text. This.save path. We're going to say string data equals that. We're going to do, or no, string text. We're going to do save data equals JSON utility from JSON text. All the new WinUI, XAML stuff. Hit the UI toolkit spaghetti that is Java, C++, etc. Yes. And C# seems to be like Java without the mistakes or baggage. Yes, it is Java, but we learn from it, is the thing. Save data. Yes, that's the way I went about it too. Is I learned C# from doing game jams in college for Unity, because that was the engine that I chose rather than Unreal for whatever reason, arbitrarily, and then later made learning Java professionally very easy. I agree that that is a correct way of looking at things. And it will prevent you from having those Java anti-patterns already ingrained in your brain when you go about learning C#, so you won't bring them forward. The world does run on Java. Oracle loves to tell you like a billion devices have Java on it, whether they want to or not. Okay, so then we're doing this dot color equals data.color this dot matchers equals data matchers. Okay, so that's very straightforward save and load operations here. We got to make sure that we define our save path. So we're going to do this dot save path equals application dot persistent data path plus we're going to do a path dot combine. Yeah, that's the method. Save.json. Here we go. And we're going to do application open URL. I always do this because I can never remember where to find the thing. Save path. And this will tell Unity to open on load. Tell it to load. Cool. What is JSON utility? Your own class or third-party package? It is a Unity class. It does what it says. But this is a thing that is in the Unity engine. That's why I said I'm not sure how valuable it will be as a learning process. I will show you what this plugin does. 1 second. Let me pop Unity back up in here. So as you can see, I'm a goofy little puppet man. Just a cartoon skeleton in the corner here. This is .NET 4, buddy! Welcome to Unity. I wish it was .NET 5, because then I could use Bluetooth natively, but I gotta figure out hacks for it. Unity is behind the edge. 4.0, buddy. Yeah, me too. My reaction exactly. Okay, so, my plugin here, the goal of this thing, is that I connect to a heart rate monitor, which is what these devices are on the bottom here, and ideally I'd be able to connect to the heart rate service for one of them, but that wasn't working earlier today. So we're just moving forward with spoofing. Oh! They're here! It's here, everybody! It's here! These are the heart rate services. I fucking hate programming. I hate this shit, but I am brought back to life to only do this. Okay, this third one on the list, this is the fucking heart rate service. 18OD. Yeah, okay. See, it does work. It works sometimes. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, sorry, tangent. Anyway, I have a heart rate monitor connected to a real human heart right now, and it is beating away, and the idea would be that based on your heart rate, you could have a value that would fluctuate, and I'm going to spoof increasing that value right now, and as you can see, it makes my funny little puppet face get redder and redder. I don't know. It was just in the ground when I got up this morning. But, I'm assuming it's fine. Nobody else seemed to be using it. I can't imagine anybody wants it. Nobody's looking for it. Anyway, yeah, the point of this plugin is to connect to a heart rate monitor. It will then find your heart rate of the streamer, the person who's wearing it. You will be able to put in color values, and you'll be able to put in a range for your heart rate, like what you think your resting heart rate is and what you expect your maximum heart rate to be. And then it will interpolate between those values to interpolate a color for parts of your VTuber model, which you're able to do through the streaming software that almost everybody uses. And so, as your heart rate goes up and up and up, your face would get more and more red. It's really simple. It doesn't, add a ton. It's not like a huge value add for anything. but I figured for really scary streams or like Ring Fit Adventure, which is a very popular streaming game, this could be fun. It's just something to do. I wanted to prove to myself that I knew how to do this. I currently maintain the library for connecting to VTube Studio, which is the streaming software, in Unity. I wrote that and am peddling it as freeware on my GitHub. So this is the dog food process where I eat my own product and prove that I can make a working plugin using my own library. That's what it does. That's all it needs to do. Is the idea is I'm supposed to connect to a heart rate monitor, get a value, interpolate the value, make myself get flushed. That's all. I hope that answers your question. It's super simple, but there's like a million moving parts because programming. So yeah, undeniable proof that this, for some reason, decides to work now. And we were talking about earlier. I'm gonna drag you through the mud now. Hide that. Hide VS Code. Going back to the list of Bluetooth master information. 18D. No, wait, I forgot the 180D. How many years do you have programming? That's a good question. It's what? It's 2021? 10? I think 10 is the right answer. If you mean professionally, it's fewer than that. But I think I first decided I wanted to put magic information in the vibrating quartz in 2011, I think. I hope that answers your question. Yeah, okay, so yeah, here we go. 18OD is the heart rate. That don't require online connectivity to see charts and sell your data to third parties. To see charts. Yeah. One I was using earlier, I think I closed the page, but there's a couple. The thing I'm using right now is like I said, it's connected over Bluetooth, right? The device I have physically on my person right now is connected over Bluetooth. It's not going over traditional internet. It's connecting to the Bluetooth dongle on my PC, and I'm trying to get information out of it from my app here. So it's not going through any third-party app or anything like that, other than my own app here. It's just connecting straight to it. Though a lot of people use Pulsoid, is what I hear. Which is a third-party thing. I don't know what they do with your data. Besides the point, though. Cool, well, I'm glad that I have the ability for this to go through. And I think if I boot this up again, my save load thing will start working, maybe. No? Huh. Did I not save? Why did this not... Anyway, let me show my VS Code again and pop up in Unity. I'm not sure why this didn't do... or... show VS Code. I told this to... application open URL save path here on start. It doesn't seem to have done that. I'm not sure why. PC game. Let's see. I definitely have my plugin here, heart rate plugin. I should hit play. And it should open up where it saved the file. Let's do a printout. Debug. Log. Save path. Alright, okay, so it does have my path here. But is it actually saving? Let's find out. One other thing we want to do. let's... We can easily tell if it's loading or not. Don't know why application is not opening though. Oh, I know why. I do know why. Never mind. I was telling it to open a file, which it can't do. It can open the folder directory, but it can't open the file. Okay, so my current color here is white. I'm going to tell it to do 255. Hey Fuba, welcome. You've missed very little, though you did miss the exciting part where it actually did find the Bluetooth services I was looking for. Head. Just programming is not working. But it seems to be working now, which is cool. I've been trying all night to get my Bluetooth heart monitor to properly connect, and it's finally connecting an hour and 22 minutes into the stream. So that's why I'm mad. Right now, though, I'm just trying to get this to save. RG 255. Okay, so I told it to save, I think, after each of these, right? Or did I not do that? Oh, I didn't ever tell this to save. Hold on. This ain't gonna work. We're gonna do save. 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 So this is telling it to save data after every time we update the color values. And save. Right, that's all of them. Nope, I gotta do it for red, the most important color of all. The angry color. Alright, PC game. I can't believe this finally connected. 90 minutes later. I'm almost even more cheesed than if it just didn't work at all tonight. Because now it feels like I should try and go back and work on that after I got invested in doing this. Okay, so if we enter a color here, 255, 0, 0, 255. You can see in the corner here I've got the color it prints out to, right? And our matchers are going to be... mouth. Or no, not mouth. Head. Like so. Make my face angry. So now, when I turn this off again... Oh, yeah. I'm kind of almost more cheesed, or angry, cheesed being a euphemism for angry, that this is finally connecting 90 minutes into my stream than if it just didn't work for the entire night. Because now I feel like I should try and go back and work on what I originally was planning on working on, which was getting the Bluetooth number to connect. But I don't know that I really want to start that in the next 30 minutes. And I am time boxed to ending at 10 tonight, so I don't really know that I want to start it. But it's finally connecting. It's doing the thing. Which is exciting, I guess. Okay, so we've got our color red here. If I stop the app and I start it up again, okay, that didn't seem to work. Why? Oh, okay. Oops. The thing I was saving was the class name. That's not how save data works. Let's go back in here. My save method. Huh? Oh! Whoops. I put my toString method in the wrong place. I was doing toString for the whole, what do you call it, the whole plugin, but all I needed is the toString for just the save data piece. Let's try that again. Okay, so we go back here, turn this off, turn it back on. We, enter our values, 255, 0, 0, 255. Head. We have our red in the corner here. Awesome. We... Oh. Invalid value. What is this? I don't know what this is getting angry about. Interesting. That's a whole different can of worms. So I should turn this off and I should be able to turn it back on. And yeah, okay, it remembers that the color I'm looking for is red. If I go to my VS Code here, we can see that the save data that I have is pretty straightforward. It's reading to and from JSON, which is the best way to save information. Color, 255.00.255, just like we put in. Matchers is the array head. And we're dandy. We're having a great time. So now, if I go back here, I got to get it so that it fills in these fields, because it knows internally that those are the correct values, but it doesn't show it on the UI, because I don't have any two-way connections here. But now if I, like, boost up my heart rate... okay, and it didn't find services this time. Awesome. I don't know why it stopped finding them. Very fickle. Very fickle. Yeah, so it remembers the color red. Awesome. That's very good. I'm happy about this. I guess, I need to find a way to backfill this so that these fill in with the correct values. Maybe. I mean, I will at some point. Do I want to do that right now? I don't know. Oh, that's actually kind of a nasty problem. When I tap these, and they don't have a value in them, it thinks I mean 0. And so it overwrites the save data. So now if I crank up my hair, I'm going to turn into a ghost. My skull is going to go invisible, and you can see the back of my hair. That's a problem. That's no good. So if we don't want to save every time we modify a value, then when do we want to save? Oh, and the services are back. So fickle. I'm kind of more interested in trying to dive into this Bluetooth stuff now, though. I don't know. Gotta strike while the iron's hot. And we know it works. But that's very disjointed, because I'm leaving like a bug that I know about here. The other thing is, I think I mentioned this last time, I kind of want to make these into modules, where you can add, like, you have a list of widgets like this, so you can do a bunch of different colors for each part of your mesh, or parts of your mesh. So I think I kind of need to restructure how this works anyway, because I would want the save data for just the module rather than the whole plugin, and then the save data for the plugin is a list of these module things, I think. Actually, no, let's do that right now, because I've got it in my head how I can do that. So we're going to do a new script. We're going to do... this is going to be called the color input module. I've got a perfect plan on how to do this. Okay, so, boom. We're basically going to migrate a lot of the stuff that we've got in here. Color input module. Oh, this should be capital I. Best practices and all. This has a color. And then we're going to be using Unity engine dot UI. This will have direct references to the UI elements for... Excuse me, I have the hiccups now because I have been drinking the lightest possible amount of alcohol. This is 4.2% alcohol by volume. Loverboy sparkling hard tea, hibiscus pomegranate. I now have the hiccups. Alright, what was I saying? Okay, we're gonna basically cannibalize all the stuff I just wrote here, including the save data, and load, and all that. Actually, no. One step at a time. Let me do this one step at a time. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is gonna have private input field red. We're gonna have RGB green, blue. We're gonna have alpha. I don't know why you'd ever want it to be transparent, but maybe alpha, and then matchers. So we've got that. We're gonna over here. Copy almost all of this. Whole cloth like that. Did I miss a bracket? I must have. Type string couldn't be found. What? Oh, why is this capitalized? Why do I always do that? Whatever, I'm gonna unangry myself now because I'm feeling better. Emotions. No, I feel nothing. Let's see. We've got this dot matchers. Like so. And we're gonna do a one of these guys. We have our save method that we just wrote, but instead of having a direct save method here, when I need to use a using system for the exception, instead of having a direct save method here where we save the file, I'm gonna do public save data. To save data, and this is going to simply return. We're gonna do save data equals new save data. Love it. Data.color equals this dot color, just like what we had before. Data.matchers equals this dot matchers. We're gonna return data. I have matchers in here twice? How do I manage that? Oh! Oops. Let's give these better names. Boom. Okay. So those are input fields. Awesome. These don't need to save anymore when they're done with that. That goes away. Okay. So my plan here is the main plugin will have a list of these module classes that we've just made, and then it will iterate over all of them, execute toSave data on them, and store a list or an array of the save data, and then when it loads up, it will spin through that again, and it will make a new module for each of the ones that it currently has in its save data. So now we're going to have another method, public, say, void, from save data. I guess this would just be load. And we do this dot color equals data.color. This dot matchers equals data.matchers. And then we can do would it be like this dot red field equals this dot color dot red. Oh, not red field. It would be text. I think that's how you do it. Can I convert byte to string? That's fair. I need inversion of this method here, string to byte. I think I can just do like .toString. I think that's valid in C Sharp. This would be green, blue, and alpha, G, E, A, and then finally, matcher field equals this dot matchers join. Join? Can I not do dot join? How was my day? Not too bad. Pretty quiet. I didn't do anything today because it's a holiday weekend here in the USA. So I got all the stuff I needed to do done like yesterday and the day before. It's alright. It's nice. It's very, very cold here currently. I'm looking at my thermometer. It is -2 degrees Celsius currently. So that's what I'm dealing with. It's only going to get colder also. I don't know when we're going to get our first snow, but it'll be soon. Why can I not do dot join here? -2, yeah. That's like, what, 30 Fahrenheit, I think? How do you survive? It's only going to get worse. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Oh, wait, it's a string dot join, like that. And then the separator is the comma. Why is this not valid? Oh, no comma. That's like super cold. The chillest we get here is 20 Celsius? 20 Celsius? That's so warm. What is 20 Celsius right now? Hold on. I need to consult the internet. C to F. 68 degrees Fahrenheit? Oh, that's room temperature, buddy. That's extremely comfortable. It's not quite nice, but it is fair. That's the ideal. Yeah. 20 degrees Celsius? What's the hottest it gets for you then? I don't know how you survive. Let me turn that question back around on you, buddy. How do you live if it gets warmer than that? How do you not just melt? I don't even have flesh and I'm sweating. Just thinking about that. That's terrifying. 41 degrees Celsius. 113 degrees Fahrenheit? What the fuck? I don't know. That to me seems way harder to survive. You can always put more layers on to stay warmer, but you can't take any more layers off than I have. Like, you can only get so naked. I don't know, that seems really rough. Okay, anyway. So what were we doing here? Save data here is... Oh, no, yeah, this. We have that already. Cool. So the save data in the master plugin thing here is going to be a public list of color input module dot save data colors. Boom. It's bad if you're out in the sun. I don't know, that sounds really just terrifying. Okay, so hold on, that goes away. That goes away. So now, I'm gonna do, instead of this, we're gonna have a serialized field, public or private, sorry, list color input module. Colors equals new list. I don't know. I mean, like, it's definitely personal preference, right? Like, I'm just, like, playing it up because it's fun. But, to me, I would prefer to be cold, for sure. I genuinely believe you can always put more layers on to stay warmer, but you can only take so many layers off to get cooler before it just becomes impossible. But it's, you know, people are wildly good at adapting. I've been in the cold my entire life. I'm adapted to it. So it just is what it is. Okay. Anyway, so my plan is now I'm gonna have the main plugin here have a list of these modules that we just made. Color input module over here. It'll have a reference to a list of them, and when it goes to send stuff, we're gonna do for each color input module in this colors. We do this. We're gonna do module.matchers. Oh, I gotta make this accessible. Right, because it's no longer. Okay, so then we're gonna do public. Here's a vestige of Java for sure. Color 32. Color. Get return this dot color. This dot color. Keeps manageable, even if it's too hot. You never feel like dying. You can't add layers. Horrible sensation. Your skin turned to rock, then going numb. I would say that you are incorrect by saying if it's too hot, you never feel like dying. That is definitely, that is definitely not true. I would say you very quickly feel like dying when it gets too hot. But again, we're just talking about our regional adaptations. Module color. This is going to be public string. It really does depend on what you, yeah, like that's what I'm getting at, is like, neither person is correct here. I'm just shocked. Module matchers, and then it's module color. The normal changes depending. Oh, that's how I feel. Yeah. We are both correct. It is incredible that human beings as a species can adapt to both sides of the extremes here. Every continent except Antarctica. And even then, we do live there sometimes. Okay, so for saving, okay, so the plan is we've got a list of modules. We do for each color input module in this dot colors. We do data dot colors dot. Wait, did I give it underscore? I did. Bad. Modules. I have no idea what you discovered. I don't until you tell me. What did you discover? I hope it's exciting. Add? No idea what it is. You're leaving me hanging. A Japanese weather news reporter, okay. Saya Hayama, okay. I'm not particularly interested in the weather of Japan, so I'm not sure how... Oh, okay. I see, I see, I see. I see, it's like that, huh? Mm-mm-mm. It's like that, huh? It's like that. I get you. Okay. Well, now you're very interested in the weather of Japan, I guess. That's fun. It's good to have interests. Good for you. That's very funny. I'm not sure you can say that on Twitch.tv. I'm not gonna ban you, but I think that might be a blocked word. I'll have to take your word for it. Maybe I'll try and find one of her newscasts later and see if she really does have the voice for VTubing. But I believe you. You seem like you've got good taste in that kind of thing. That's funny. I wonder, actually, okay, question for the room. How many years out from now before we have our first VTuber newscaster on, like, network television? No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I know, I heard rumors that Twitch bonked people for saying the word simp in chat because it has traditionally derogatory meaning if you call somebody else that. But I personally don't care. I think it's funny. I thought there might be like a auto mod kind of thing that Twitch, you know, beats you up for, but it seems like it came through fine. Anyway, yeah. So how long until you think we get an actual VTuber on network television doing like the weather or something like that? I think we're not that far. I think it's gonna be no time at all. And hey, the thing is, Fuba, she might actually be a VTuber. You don't know. That's the beauty of it, right? Just because she's doing her day job where she's a network television host does not mean that she's not moonlighting as a VTuber. She might be in Hololive Gen 6 for all you know. 1 to 2 years. You're probably not wrong. Breach. And so here we're going to do instantiate a prefab, load data. Okay, so this is going to be a to-do for later because I'm running low on time. But basically, what I changed this up to do is instead of having save data for a specific color and matchers in the plugin itself, we have a list of them, and it will spin through the list, and it will collect save data for all of them and write them to a big file at the end. And when we load, we spin through that, and we iterate over all of the modules of save data that we have. We'll make a prefab and load them from there. Yes, they did a baseball game. They commentary. I know it was Kanata and Korone did a commentary for an actual baseball game, which was pretty cool. Because fucking Yagu threw the opening pitch because Hololive is mainstream now. Did not take long at all. Oh shit, yeah. Post that shit on Twitter. I'll retweet that so fast it'll make your head spin. You have no idea how excited I am to see that. What the fuck am I doing here? Okay. Well, I mean, whenever you tweet it, I will retweet it so fast that your head will spin. Okay, what are we doing here? We've got our color. I gotta rename this input module, which is gonna be this thing. Open this bad boy up. Color input module. We've got red. Red. We got G. Oh, let me go back to what's hotkeys. There we go. Back to Unity. So over in the corner here, I'm filling up these new fields that we made. RGB A and text matchers. So that's all hooked up. Cool. And then we do on our plugin here. This should have a list of these guys. I can fill this in. Oh, one. Do one. Ah, you don't gotta send it to me for approval, dude. Just finish the art. Like I look forward to seeing the finished product. It's genuinely fun to see the thing, like, as a surprise. Don't send it to me for approval, please. I 100% trust you to make good art. I don't need to micromanage you or see it at every step of the process. Okay, what was I doing here? This is... We have our thing here. We need to... We can set our color. Oh yeah, okay, that's good. And then we need to do on start. Oh, actually, wait. No, I can just set these up by hand. I think that's fine to do. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I hope I was able to give you guidance that you were seeking. How do I want to do this? Yeah, okay, so open this guy up, back in the prefab, input field. This will be color input module, set red. Love a good graphic user interface. Set green. Set blue. Set alpha. And then input field here. Oh. And finally, this will be set alpha. Oh wait, no, not set alpha. Sorry, this is set matchers. So we go back here. We should be good. If I go to my code, one last thing I want to do is to finally test that this save load works. So instead of this, I'm going to do... Okay, this is going to be lazy for now. But it'll be this dot colors 0 dot run module. This is not good for forever, but we're just going to load the first module that we have in here, and we should be all set. And then we finally need to just decide when we want to save. Because right now we don't have anything that says when to save. I'm going to say it's going to be on application quit, which is just when we close the app, it'll save for us. Void on application quit. This. Right now, it's just save. Boom. Save. Easy, easy, easy. Okay. Does any of this work? Did I just write any code that works at all? Let's find out. Okay, so our plugin has the color select thing. Cool. That's fine. It's going to complain that it can't save these, I'm sure. 255, 0, 0, 255. Head. Cool. So I've got that. I can... Huh? Why is the slider not working? The slider should be working. What did I just break? Huh? Does it at least save when I quit? So we've got our color selection. Huh? I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone right now. Huh? Okay, wait, so this input field, does it have... Oh, geez. Okay, hold on. I need to revert. Let's make this wider. Who's this? D. Thompson Dev joins the Skeleton crew. Welcome aboard, dude. I'm very, very close to being done for the end of the end of the stream, but thank you for joining the Skeleton crew. When it does not say rest in peace on your tombstone, you get drafted into the Skeleton War. So the fact that you signed up voluntarily is going to save some poor clown. Yeah, I got another stream to go be a fan of in like 3 minutes. I was trying to wrap this up though, nice and neatly. But that's maybe for another day. Let me see if I can get this working. You forgot to say. What's up, dude? First Dumpla build. Yo! Tell me all about it. I want to know. No problem. Love showing support to interesting people. You can tell you are putting a lot of effort into your stream. Thank you. I mean, I appreciate it. If you want to give people money, I will direct you in 2 minutes via raid to somebody who is probably worthy of your subscription. But I am doing rather well for myself. I'm professionally a software developer. So I don't particularly need donations. I appreciate it though. It's very kind of you. The sentiment is like super kind. What am I trying to do here? Inspector plugin. So now if I blush, yeah, there we go. Okay, got the blush working again. So that's good. And so now if I close the app and boot it up again, yo, there we go, just in time. 255, 0, 0, 255, head. And if I do the slider, it saved. I did. I have written serialization in under the buzzer at 10 o'clock exactly, which means it's time to go. D. Thompson Dev, point of information for you. I am Skeletom. I am a undead technical VTuber. Every Saturday at 8 p.m. EST, I do programming streams just like this one, except a little less frustrating for the front half, which you did miss, so you're good there. And then on Sundays at 8 p.m., I do video game type stuff, so I will play your typical gaming fare. Currently, I am playing the PlayStation 2 Classic Everblue, because it was scary in October, because it has sharks in it. I'm doing the post-game quest, and I will be finishing that game up, and then starting December, I will be tying that into a brand new format where I try and incorporate cooking into my gameplay. So that's my time schedule. You can follow me on Twitter and my social links at the bottom. I would love to hear from you again, see you in a future stream. And that's going to be it for me tonight. I'm going to go find somebody to raid because it is now 10 p.m. and I got to be somewhere else. Who's up currently? Let's see. Twitch.tv. I'm going to send you off to... Now here's a real humdinger of a stream I'm going to send you guys to. Yeah. I'll show more about it in December when we get to it, but I've got a big brain plan for doing a cooking stream. Okay, so we're going to do raid. Please be how you spell her name. There we go. Okay, so my pal Sass is playing some OG Xbox launch titles, including, but not limited to, Shrek for the Xbox. So that's going to be fun. She's also a VTuber. She typically does really weird, shitty games that are shitty on purpose. So please go show her some love, and that's going to be it for me. Until next time, tomorrow at 8 p.m., I'll be finishing up Everblue. I will see you then. Thank you, bye. And thank you, and yeah, actually, one more thing. Thank you for everybody who came by to raid today. I got a bunch of people who seemed interested in the stream. It means a lot to me. It would warm my heart if I had one, but, you know, that's long gone. So I'll just say it means a lot. I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you for everybody who came by to raid, all the people who followed. I hope to see you again in future streams. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening. Bonacera, good night.